Hi guys, and welcome to a particularly grim episode. Today, we delve into a deeply disturbing issue: forced organ harvesting from prisoners of conscience held in Chinese prisons. This video will explore the evidence, testimonies, and international response to these horrifying allegations. Let's start with the human cost of this alleged crime. We've heard chilling accounts from former detainees, medical professionals, and whistleblowers. They describe routine blood tests, unexplained organ scans, and the suspicious disappearances of fellow prisoners. Human rights organizations like Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch have released extensively researched reports documenting these atrocities. These reports paint a disturbing picture of a system that treats human beings as nothing more than spare parts. In 2019, an independent People's Tribunal convened in London to investigate these claims. This was the China Tribunal, led by Sir Geoffrey Nice, a renowned human rights lawyer. For months, they examined evidence and heard testimonies from over 50 witnesses. The conclusion: forced organ harvesting has been committed for years in China on a significant scale. This is the kind of verdict that should send shockwaves through the international community. On paper, China claims to have a robust voluntary organ donation system. In reality, their official figures simply don't add up. There's a massive discrepancy between the number of transplants performed and the number of registered organ donors. Independent researchers have analyzed these discrepancies and found that the numbers just don't make sense. The waiting times for organ transplants in China are unbelievably short, sometimes just a matter of weeks. It suggests a disturbing surplus of organs readily available on demand. If China truly has nothing to hide, you'd think they'd be eager to open up their organ transplantation system to independent scrutiny. Yet, they've consistently resisted calls for transparency. They've refused to join the World Health Organization's global network for organ sharing, and their own data on organ donation is shrouded in secrecy. This lack of transparency only fuels suspicions. The Chinese government's refusal to allow independent observers access to their hospitals and transplant centers raises many serious concerns. Thankfully, the world is starting to take notice. Governments and international organizations are finally calling out China for these horrific practices. The United States House of Representatives passed a resolution condemning forced organ harvesting, and other countries have followed suit. Even the United Nations has expressed serious concerns. These condemnations are a start, but they're not enough. We need concrete action, including sanctions and diplomatic pressure on China to end this barbarity. It's not just human rights activists sounding the alarm. Medical experts and ethicists are equally horrified. They point to the blatant ethical breaches inherent in forced organ harvesting. These experts have reviewed the evidence and concluded that the scale of organ transplants in China cannot be explained by voluntary donations alone. They argue that the only plausible explanation is a systematic program of forced organ harvesting. Thankfully, the power of investigative journalism has played a crucial role in exposing this atrocity. Documentaries, news reports, and in-depth articles have shed light on the plight of victims and the complicity of the Chinese government. It's a testament to the importance of a free press in holding power to account. We must demand better, not just for the sake of those being persecuted in China, but for the very soul of humanity. Look, I know this has been a particularly heavy episode, even for us. But it's crucial to remember that while the Chinese government denies these allegations, The evidence presented by various sources cannot be ignored. We need to hold them accountable, demand transparency, and work towards a future where human bodies are not treated like spare parts. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth analyses on critical global issues. Get informed, get involved, and let's do what we can to stop this.